It's Weekend Update.
Good evening. I'm Cameron Gingrich, and welcome to the Weekend Update.
And I'm Violet Mead. Let's dive into some legal drama, shall we? It's been over a decade since the controversial Citizens United versus F.E.C. Supreme Court case rocked the political landscape.
You know you're in for a wild ride when a court case sounds like a title of a superhero showdown. Citizens United for F.E.C. Dawn of the Dark Money.
Before the chaos at the Supreme Court, Buckley versus Reno case established the principle that spending money on political campaigns is a form of protected speech under the First Amendment, which we use too much here.
Oh, Violet, we can't forget McConnell v. F.E.C. because this case talked about the Bipartisan Campaign Act of 2002.
The act that brought up the money issues that were all up in this case.
Yes, the act which is being argued by the citizens that its disclosure and disclaimer requirements are unconstitutional because the Supreme Court in Wisconsin, Right to Life v. F.E.C. narrowed the continually permissible scope.
With that, let's see what happened inside the courtroom that fateful day.
The court holding with a 5-4 that the freedom of speech clause of the First Amendment prohibits the government from restricting independent expenditures for political campaigns by corporations, including nonprofit corporations, labor unions, and other associations. This is a Supreme Court case that made it clear, in America, money talks louder than democracy.
But we thought that if corporations could spend as much money as they wanted, it might mean that they could control or influence politicians too much, which would be bad for democracy.
We also held that the BCRA's disclosure requirements as applied to the movie were constitutional, reasoning that disclosure is justified by a government interest in providing the electorate with information about election-related spending resources.
Well, who cares? We're making a movie about a woman who's best friends with a pedophile. Suck on my First Amendment balls!
Yes, Citizens United, the case that made corporations people and left many actual people scratching their heads. Like how my mom was scratching her head wondering how I didn't get arrested for changing ballots in this election.
Oh, that's something to admit. That's right, Cambry. It's the case that gave corporations the green light to spend unlimited amounts of money on political campaigns because apparently in America, money talks and we just give it a megaphone.
Are you a corporation feeling left out of the political process? Well, thanks to the Citizen United, now you can buy a piece of democracy. Call and get your own senator. Number at 1-800-BUY-MY.
Okay, but let's not forget the dissenting voices who warned us about the dangers of the unlimited corporate spending in politics.
That's right, Cambry. Justices like Stephen and Ginsburg raised concerns about the floodgates opening for special interest groups to drown out the voices of ordinary citizens.
And yet, here we are, living in a world where super PACs and dark money reign supreme, where a corporation can donate more to a campaign than your average Joe can make in a lifetime.
So to all the corporations out there flexing their newfound political muscles, just remember with great spending power comes great responsibility. Or at least that's what we hope.
Well, let me tell you about that there F.E.C. versus Citizens United thing. It's like watching two bulls in a china shop. One's a big old corporation with deep pockets, and the other's the F.E.C. trying to wrangle them in with some rules. But guess what? The bull with the cash won, and now we got more political ads than you can shake a stick at.
And what do you think about the Hillary Clinton in this movie Citizens United made?
Now, don't even get me started on Hillary Clinton. That woman's about as trustworthy as a car salesman. I tell ya, she's got more scandals than a daytime soap opera, and she's been dodging questions like that Kansas City Kermit talking Patrick Mahomes guy in the Super Bowl. If she ever becomes president, I'll and
well, in other news, the court case highlighted the growing influence of money in politics with the Great Recession, which made us question if the ATMs weren't working or we were just broke.
For Weekend Update, I'm Cameron Gingrich.
And I'm Violet Mead. Good night, and may the political ads ever be in your favor.